One of these things is not like the other thing. One of these things is an iconic female warrior who had countless adventures with her 5 compadres on a mystical island. And one of these things is fucking impossible to open. Yet somehow, LEGO would have us believe that this and this are the same character. Let's look at some differences. Everything. Now let's see if we can find any similarities. They're both blue. Kind of. They're both completely different shades of blue. Where to begin? Obviously, I'm reviewing this toy, and not this one. But why don't I preface it by talking about this one? Gali Nuva. She's the Toa Nuva version of the original Gali, who I don't have. The only female Toa of the original 6 Bionicle heroes. Her mask is the mask of underwater breathing, a mask whose power was rendered completely null in 2007 when the entire story took place underwater and everyone could breathe there, even the blue Toa. Personally, I thought it was kind of crap. She's got her aqua axes, and they are axes of aqua. They can also be taken off, put on her feet. Check it out. And she's got flippers. Pretty cool, right? Of course I'm right. This is awesome. All the Toa Nuva weapons had secondary uses. Most of the secondary uses were that they could be worn on their feet. And I thought it was a cool gimmick, plus this shiny armor. The original Toa didn't have the shiny armor. I'm getting sidetracked here. This is what I'm talking about here today. Is it Gali? Is it even a Toa? Well, if you asked anyone, I'm sure they'd say, what the hell are you talking about? But if you asked a Bionicle fanatic, they'd probably be hesitant to answer. First of all, when I put it down, it accidentally stepped on the record button. And I say it, and not she. I am hesitant to call this thing a she. I am hesitant to assign it a gender, because this thing, it may not be prototypically female, but, well, I honestly have no argument. However, this is just downright beefy. Anyway, the mask. What's wrong with this mask? Well, let's begin with a comparison. Mask of underwater breathing, mask of underwater breathing. Which one looks like more of a mask and less like an airplane? The great thing about the collectible masks in the first couple of years of Bionicle was they were collectible masks. They were a mask. It wasn't pieces that you had to put together to build a mask. It was a mask. It was one piece, and you could collect a bunch of them and show off your collection. It was the quest for the masks. That was Bionicle's big thing. This is 6 pieces. That's the first problem I have with this thing. This mask is not a mask, and it's not easy to take apart either. It's more like a helmet, and it's a conglomeration of crap. See, if we were just going to call it a mask, it would be this, and this honestly looks like Shrek. And the Nuva mask here, it's got that little peg on it, so it can go onto the Toa, inserted into what appears to be their mouthpiece. This, what does this have? This has nothing. Piece number 1 you have to put in. A peg, so it'll stay where it's going. The second piece is you have to put in more pegs, so that this they airplane wings. They're supposed to be the Mistika, not the Fantoka. They're supposed to be the swamp people, not the air people. So why does she have airplane wings on her mask? And why are they a different color? And why would they make a mask that's more than one piece? And why would they make these floppy bunny ear wings? Look at this. And that eyepiece. They don't even look similar. They look like completely different characters. I have a sneaking suspicion that they are completely different characters. That they weren't originally planning to bring back the Toa Nuva as the Fantoka and the Mistika in the storyline. That these were originally different characters. Maybe the Turaga. They look more like, their masks make them look more like the Toa Metru. And that somebody at the last minute just say, hey, you know what would make us more money if we brought back the characters people actually liked and got this story back on track instead of the rambling sidetracking we've been doing for the past several years. Second problem with this toy. Where are her weapons? She's got this big-ass, goofy air pump gun, which, look at this. It's a pop gun. It's got these goofy Nerf dart. They're not Nerf dart-like, but they're goofy bullets, and sometimes you have to pump it more than one time to make the stupid thing fire. And it's, well, I say all these bad things about it, but it's actually kind of cool. But disregarding that, you know, every one of the Toa Mistika came with one of those 9-rug ghost blasters, as they are called. So, where's Gali's weapons? Where's her blades? Where's her hooks? Where's her aqua axes? She doesn't have any. Instead, she has airplane ears and forked spatula shoulders and rocket feet. The rocket feet kind of remind me of the propellers on the backs of the old Gali's hands. I'm not sure if the original Gali had propellers on the backs of her hands. The rocket feet are kind of cool, I've got to say. If you're going to call this a Toa, don't call it Gali, however you pronounce her name. Like, this could be considered a her. Let's look at this. Are those proportions feminine? Furthermore, they're robots. They don't have men and women, they have robots. I am looking too far into this. It is just a toy, after all, and for being that, it's actually pretty cool. It's got lots of silver pieces to augment your Bionicle collection, and the dark blue, while it doesn't match the original Gali at all, is a very nice color. So it's got, you know, it's got the pads, the silver pads, and I really like these limbs. The pads, the limbs, it all debuted with the Inika, which is my favorite line of Toa. I think they had some of the best designs and the best pieces. And this gun-toting spatula lady is just... all of 2008, this set came out in 2008, and all of 2008 was just a clusterfuck of design. None of it was elegant, none of it matched, and none of the characters looked or behaved the way they did. The mask powers didn't get used at all in the comics that year, and everyone seems to have the same colored eyes. Oh look, the peg came out in the mouth. Now she looks like she's smoking a cigar. How lovely. I seem to have run out of things to ramble about. If you see this thing and it's marked down, it usually costs $13. If you see it being sold for perhaps $10, because I'm pretty sure stores are going to be anxious to clear these guys out of their inventory to make room for the vastly superior 2009 line. Go ahead and pick it up.